All right, guys, let's rock and roll. Jordan, Stanley Payne, Kingdom Real Estate. I'm going to talk about marketing strategies and really organic ways you can build your marketing portfolio while diversifying and actually getting higher quality leads. So a couple misconceptions here. Number one is it has to cost a lot of money. So my stuff and how I've approached marketing and really where I've gotten the best deals have either been free or very inexpensive, while other people have spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars only to get a lower quality lead. Warm leads will always be 10x better than a cold lead. Warm means it's a word of mouth. It's a relationship-based lead. Imagine your brother is referring somebody to you. Those are not only a higher dollar, but they're higher quality. And a lot of times they're free. So none of this has to cost a ton of money. In fact, there's been entire months, if not quarters, where I've spent less than $500 and I've done more volume than people that have done just massive amounts of, I'm going to do 5,000 cold calls and blah, 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 blah. You're going to get responses, but what's the quality of their response? Second misconception is it's really time intensive. Okay. Word of mouth stuff and organic, literally, I never think about it. Leads come in or referrals come in. I already know that they're pre-vetted because they've come from somebody that I know or from a relationship that I've built. And I don't have to call them 55 times. I don't have to convince them to work with me. So I'll put this down here. And I'll put it right here for you guys. Chase or be chased. So when I'm getting a referral or when I'm getting a warm lead, they're calling me, they're texting me, they're being introduced to me. So that is, in a sense, I'd be being chased. They're pursuing me. Versus cold calling, you're pursuing them, you're chasing them. It's exhausting. It's why a lot of people quit. It's why a lot of people end up after a couple months, they just stop doing deals. Man, this is freaking exhausting. So I can let these people call me or call me multiple times, right? You have to pick it up on the first ring. No, that would be chasing somebody, not being chased. Make sense? Number 3, and this is the one where I think everyone gets all messed up. Most marketing, like 99% of marketing, it's all the same. So imagine a middle-aged woman, probate has happened, somebody's died. She goes out to her mailbox and there's like this big stack of letters that she pulls out. Okay. Now they all look the same. They're all addressed. They're all handwritten yellow letters. Yours is in there somewhere. Okay. You have like a 1 in 50 shot at her actually opening yours, let alone calling you. Okay. You have to figure out a way to be different. You have to figure out a way to be unique. Most people, most wholesalers, they learned all of this stuff like either via YouTube, podcast, they read a book, they follow somebody on like TikTok, and they say, do it like this. And they just do it. Now, kudos for like taking action. Sure. But you've got to think how many other people are doing it that way that was taught in that video or that book. That book has sold 100,000 copies. There's 100,000 people potentially doing it that way. So I don't like the I buy houses cash stuff, bullet point, because everyone's doing it. That is literally, it's called copywriting. The words that you use in your marketing called copywriting. That copywriting is literally, I think it's like 35 years old. For 35 years, people have been saying the same thing. Okay. So, my top strategies, I'm going to explain these as I go because this is really important that you guys understand this. So I'm going to walk you through this step by step. And if you do it and do it the way that I explain it and do it consistently, you will get traction. Now it takes a little bit of time. It will compound, but you're just wasting time anyways, right? So you might as well do something. First thing first, we are going to Google property managers. So example, Canton, Ohio, property managers or property management. Okay. On the website, they're going to list off all of their properties for rent. Now, before we go further, what do we know about property management companies? They manage properties for typically investors or landlords, right? So automatically, we have a segmented, categorized group of people that we can reach out to and that we can pursue. And we know a lot of things and a lot of different elements about people that have not only properties, but they're being rented by a property manager. Maybe they're out of state. Maybe that's called absentee. Maybe they're getting older. Maybe they have a bunch of them. So we're going to get the list and we are going to search for the address on the county site. Once we get the address, we're searching the address on the county site. We're going to find out who owns it. We're going to take who owns it, and we're going to search for that name. Okay? Address, pop it into the county website, search for it. It'll tell you who owns it. Take that name of the owner, search again under the name. Now, a lot of times what you'll find is these people have 3, 4, 5, 10, 50, 100, 1,000 properties. So I do my list based on most properties to least amount of properties. Now we can market to these people. So this does not cost you an arm and a leg. In fact, most of the times this is free unless you're getting like a VA or somebody to do the work for you. You can even have the VA send out the letter or the whatever you're going to do, like the text message or however you're going to do it. This right here, we do this maybe once or twice a month, and this is something that consistently produces great leads. I don't personally do probate. I don't do pre-foreclosure, tax delinquent. No, I only do landlords if I'm marketing and doing an outreach. Now, this would be considered, back up here, this would be considered chasing, but not to the extent of some of the other stuff out there. The second thing is I utilize other wholesalers. So what I do is I take wholesalers that maybe they're brand new, maybe they're trying to get traction in their business. Most of these guys do it backwards. House, not a buyer. They have a house. They've done some marketing. They've done like the cold calling or whatever. They've gotten a house under contract. They do not have a buyer. Well, the buyer is the only thing that matters, right? It doesn't really matter about the house. It matters, can we actually move the house? Can we get a buyer? And what I do is I JV with them. Oh my gosh, you're going to give up 50% of the profit. Sure. I get 10 of these people. So I got 10 different people that are all marketing for what I've told them to market for. That, hey guys, we want 44718, 3-bed, 2-bath, single level properties in this condition. Go find it. I've got them. They're already moved. I already got it there. They're already sold. You just have to go find it below this price point and we're good to go. So I will direct these people. I will give them orders. That doesn't sound fair, Jordan. You can't boss people around. These 10 wholesalers are now crushing it because they're moving their properties like that. It's about speed. So I will market. Check this out. I will market for marketers. And like, people are like, what the heck? Blow your mind. Instead of marketing for sellers, I market for marketers that are already marketing. Right? Let's go number 3. Oh boy, we don't want orange. Guys, is this making sense? Are you guys getting any value out of this so far? Number 3, and I know this is one of those taboo things, Uber, Lyft, DoorDash. Most people don't do this or they haven't thought about it because they're not organized. So if I'm going to do Uber, Lyft, or DoorDash, I will give them a business card. And that business card is going to be very specific to, hey, this is how you can make a ton more money than Uber and Lyft and DoorDash by not spending any more time. You're going to be observant. And they're like, oh, that makes sense. So I give them very specific and clear instructions on, hey, this is what you need to do. You find a property. You're going to take a picture of it. You're going to text me or text like a Google number or whatever. And you're going to give me the address, etc. I'm going to close on it. You're going to get paid 500, 1,000, 2,500, depending on my margin. And maybe you can do one of these a month. And these are either doubling, tripling their revenue just by that. But you've got to be super organized and you've got to be on top of it. You can't just be like, hey man, if you ever see a property, can you let me know next time you come to my house and bring me a Milky Way or whatever? And they're like, whatever, dude. So you've got to be in control. You've got to be thinking like a business owner. You've got to be on top of it. Give them very clear instructions. Okay. You can get super creative with it. Again, for free. You could have each of them have their own Google Drive. And then text me your name, your email. I'm going to set you up a Google Drive. You're going to upload the pictures directly from there to your phone. Like you can be as organized as you want. You could have them each have like a different code. Hey, Bob, your code is 443. When you text in, say, hey, it's 443. That way we can pay you accordingly. So this can be an entire business model, and this can be massive amounts of leads. You might have one guy that sends you 20 properties a week. You just don't know it, right? A lot of these properties aren't going to be on a list. They're not going to be in some big, massive database. Okay. Number 4, and this is the one that most people just won't do. Council. You got to talk to, you're going to call, or if you have the balls to do it, go in person, go talk to city council, go to the city council building. Okay. There are a bunch of different departments, and depending on where you live, they might look a little bit different. But I want to know who's in charge of like the city planning and like the development. Okay. I want to know, is there a way to talk to the mayor? Is there a way to talk to these different departments that have authority and have insight on the city? I did this in a market in Montana, and I was able to meet with the mayor because I asked to. Hey, I need to take the mayor out for lunch. I want to discuss some of the rough neighborhoods and rough areas in town. He was like, yeah, absolutely, dude. And I said, hey man, I want to be of value to the city. I want to be of value to your office. Where do you guys need help? Dude, we've got this abandoned crack house 4-unit property over on Idaho Street. It's been vacant for a while. The city can't find the owner. We have no idea what's going on here. Cha-ching. Dude, let me help you. Let me be of value to the city and of value to your office. And other times they'll say, hey man, there's like these mobile homes that just got left in one of our city lots. There's a lot of information, a lot of insight that they can give you. And if you're looking for buyers, they can tell you, oh, Joe Smith, he's doing massive, massive renovations over in this part of the neighborhood, constantly helping the city out. City council's huge, guys. It's kind of along with that and kind of on that same line. Drive for dumpsters. The massive like 15, 18, 20 foot dumpsters that you see in front of properties or on the side of properties. Means there's massive renovation going on. Go talk to those people. And then, do you own this property or are you working for the owner of the property? Oh no, I work for Mike Smith. Mike Smith. Okay. What's he doing with the property? Do you know? Oh, he's getting ready to sell it. He's getting ready to flip it. Oh, okay. Drive for dumpsters. When you see them, again, it's just about observation. When you see these, dive right in. Dive right in. Number 6. I would call these people tradesmen, tradeswomen. Women. These are your contractors. These are plumbers, electricians, drywall, paint, roofers. When we were getting our most traction, I was meeting these people because we were actually doing work on our property. So I was meeting all of these different contractors and general contractors. And what they were doing is they were solving a problem for me. And I would pay them X amount of dollars and say, hey man, I'm really trying to get traction over in this area. I'm really trying to find more people that are open to selling their properties. What are you working on now that's just an absolute crap show? Oh man, like we've been over to 510 West Park Street 10 times this month. The furnace keeps on going out, blah, 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 blah. That's my lead. Okay. That's my lead. And these guys, now they wouldn't give me massive volume. They're busy. They've got stuff to do, but I would get maybe one property a month from each of them. Again, you go back to Google Property, when you go back to other wholesalers, this is starting to add up. This is starting to get to the point of 50, 60, 80, 100 solid leads a month that are way better than any list that you can purchase, right? 7 is going back to property management. This is kind of a double dip. So on property management, think of it like this: a property management company, the actual company, their biggest expense is what? Do you know what their biggest expense is? Think about it for a second. I'm not going to tell you yet. So we got a company. They manage people's rentals. They get paid 8, 9, 10, 12%, maybe down as much as little as like 5%, not a lot of money. What's their biggest expense? Retention. Retention is when you lose, well, you can either try to keep retention or you've lost retention. When you are losing customers because they decided to sell it, they decided they don't want to deal with it anymore, they decided to switch property management companies. These guys are concerned about and focusing on retention. They lose a 50-unit portfolio. That impact on their bottom line and on their profit and their income is significant. So what I would do, and what I've done for years now, is I go into the property management company where I call it, then I go in and I say, hey, I need to speak with the owner. If the owner is not there, I speak with the manager. Okay. It has to be one of those two. Don't go up to the front desk and talk to the front desk girl that makes $10 an hour. She hates her life. Don't do that. You want to talk to an owner or a manager. Make sense? And you want to know, invite them for lunch or see if you can do a sit down with them at their office, at your office, whatever. You want to know, can we partner up in a way where I'm benefited, because I'm getting properties and you're benefited because you're not losing retention. Maybe you're even solving a bigger problem for your clients. You know that Bob, that crappy fourplex, that they're having issues and the roof is leaking because you're getting calls from these tenants constantly. You know the problem. Because you're going to lose that property anyways, right? Could you let them know that you have an inside resource? It's a part of your team that could make them an offer that's cash, doesn't need to be fixed up, it's not contingent on anything. Like, you could actually solve a problem for them. And Mr. Property Manager, owner or manager, if I do the deal, we'll also give you $1,000. So the new buyer, the agreement is the new buyer will stay with your property management company. That's retention. So you're not losing money and you're also going to make $1,000. I had property, and I do this with all of the property management companies. It might be 50, 100 in your town, but I became a part of their team. Like, they would literally consider me a team member. I'm a retention specialist, not a wholesaler. Everyone thinks they're a wholesaler. I'm a retention specialist. I am a tradesman referral. I am a city council team member. Okay. I was a part of their team and we did a lot of deals together. And once I did one, and once I proved that I could do one, they gave me another, and another, and another, and another. So these are my top strategies. There's 7 of them. There's a couple more, but driving for dollars, I'm not a huge fan of it. I think it's a waste of time, but there's these. Now this one, let me highlight the ones that are warm. If I can get my computer to work for me. This is warm. The one coming from the tradeswoman is warm. The city council is very warm. The mayor calls and says, hey, Jordan's going to be talking to you. You listen up. This is also going to be considered warm if they're making an introduction. So we want to be getting as much warm as we can and stay away from cold. We want to be being chased, not be the one that's chasing. So these are the marketing things that have taken my business to the moon. I do not fully rely on this. I do paid marketing. I think it's a great way to scale. But a lot of people, when they're starting out, they need something like this. And a lot of these, almost all of these are free. So take advantage of them. Guys, if you have not heard, the Kingdom Real Estate is doing a $97 a month subscription. We just started it on Black Friday. You get to meet with me every single week. We can go through marketing, getting traction in your business, how to scale. If you've never done a deal, our goal is going to be to get you a deal in the next 30 to 60 days. If you've already done a deal, we're going to be scaling to 5 deals a month, 10 deals a month. Guys, make sure you check it out. This is kind of a special offer. Most of our stuff is thousands of dollars. So it's $97 a month. You can cancel anytime. You're going to meet with me every week. You are getting Wholesale 101, Marketing 101 that goes much deeper into this. Deal Analysis 101. We've got 3 8-hour sessions that we're going to give you for free. Guys, it's phenomenal. Check it out. If you go to, down here for you. You go to, www.thekingdomrealestate.com, and then you want to click on Elevate. It's right in the middle of the page. Click on Elevate, and you guys can take me up on this offer. I would love to meet you next week. I would love to have you on a Zoom call next week and start to go through where you at, what do you need in your business, and how can we get you actual traction. Guys, take advantage of it. Jordan Stanley Payne, Kingdom Real Estate. Guys, we'll talk to you soon.
If you liked what you just heard, great. We would love to chat with you more and to see if you're a great fit for our community. You can do that by emailing us at admin@thekingdomrealestate.com, or you can check the description below to book a call with us. Have a day.